Welcome back to episode 10 of the level 3 UIM. Before we get started, I mentioned at the end of the previous episode that I had a big announcement to make, and here it is. I'm going to be starting a new series very soon, and the first episode will be on this coming Tuesday, and will be released weekly every Tuesday after. If you're here for the level 3 UIM and you're worried it's going to affect that series, don't worry, level 3 UIM videos will still be uploaded every Friday. With all that said, please be sure to send your support to the first episode of the new series, and I hope we can get it off to a really good start. If you're not a fan of the new series, leave a comment and tell me why. Thanks for listening to my ramble. Let's get on with episode 10. So some of you observant people have probably noticed that the microphone sounds very different, and that is because I actually got a new microphone. I don't know how much better this is than the other one. It has a lot less static, but it also picks up much more background noise, which is kind of annoying. But nonetheless, we are going to grab a tinderbox from the shop and a knife so that we can do some fletching and fire making. And conveniently enough, I actually have a maple tree planted here, which means that I can actually use maples around this area as well. I think I'm going to aim for 50 fletching and 50 fire making for now, and we'll see how we go. So before we can use the maple tree for fire making, I actually need to get 4 more fire making levels. So we're going to head over here to the willows, and to be honest, I'm just going to use an iron axe because I can go grab a steel axe, but it's not that much better. And also with an iron axe, I can equip it, so it saves an invent slot. So we're just going to be doing some small invents of fire making until we get 45 fire making, and then I'll start the maple logs. So I was doing a farming run and I wasn't actually ready to record, but I got a magic seed from a bird's nest. Still no use seed for the farming contract, but a magic seed. I think I'm actually going to keep hold of this because even though I'm 8 levels away from being able to use it, I'm not going to be doing much that requires too much invent space. This is about the most demanding as it's going to be right now, and eventually when I get onto Herblore I can clear up all of this space anyway. And in the future if I decide I want to drop it, I can drop it then, but I don't know, these are really hard to get hold of, and if I end up doing farming contracts post level 75 and they ask for a magic seed, I do not want to have to go and grind one. So I wanted to make a quick update while I was recording some woodcutting and fire making, and that is that I haven't actually been on that much in the past couple of days. I've had a lot of stuff in real life to do, and that's why most of this is just farm runs. I haven't actually made much progress with woodcutting and fire making. I've been popping on doing doing a farm run and then logging off and then coming on doing a farm run, etc, etc. So I am almost 75 hunter. I will get this on the next birdhouse run, and farm wise I'm now 10k off of 68 farming, which is really cool, and we've made barely any progress with woodcutting and fire making. I haven't really been paying too much attention, maybe watching YouTube videos and stuff, but for the time being that's how far off from 56. Hopefully trying to get 60 while doing this. I don't think I will, not sure, but if I can get 60, then I can enter the woodcutting guild, and it means I can finally use a rune axe and no longer an iron or a steel axe, which would be amazing. So I recently got 45 fire making and I switched to the maple tree that I had planted here. Unfortunately, because there's only one, because I've planted it, every time it goes down I have to wait ages for it to regrow, and the reason I've been doing fire making and woodcutting in Lumbridge is so that I could do farm runs, and it's a very easy place to get back to. But I'm actually going to move over to Sears Village because there's a whole bunch of maple trees there, and it should increase the experience rates by quite a bit. So we just got another Lederhosen random. I was planting the papaya seed that I got from birdhouses earlier, and he's popped up, so we're going to try and get another piece of the outfit. And that is the random completed, and we get the Lederhosen top. So I'm going to pop over to Taverley and shove this in the costume room with the rest. So here we are in the house. Let's just throw this into the fancy dress box, and it can join the other piece, and all we need now is the hat, and we have the Lederhosen set. So we just got 75 hunter. I completely forgot to smack the recorder on, but we should actually now be able to barehand magpie implings. It doesn't tell you in the tooltip, but it never does. And there we go, we can barehand magpies, which is really nice. I did see one in Taverley. I was kind of gutted I couldn't get it, but I'm not going to go back for it. I'm not that eager. So we're just going to finish up this hunter run, and then we're going to head over to Sears. So I've decided that after this farm run, I'm actually going to go and make a start on the clue scrolls. So I've just come into the house to grab the thieving cape, which should be down here. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let's put the hood back. And once we've done this farming run, I'm going to head down and make a start on the clue scrolls. So there's one other thing I wanted to talk about regarding the clue scrolls, and that is the main reason I want to do the 1,000 clue scrolls is because I want to get a master scroll book and as many of the scrolls inside that I can, because it will help with transportation massively. And it's quite a cool little side project that I want to be doing. With this in mind, I've been considering opening the caskets on Intrana, as this will mean I get a lot more pages and I'll obviously get more chance of getting the book as well. However, I feel like it would be nice to stack up some of the cosmetics that you can get on the easy table, but if I do it on Intrana, I will not be able to get like 90% of these. So I'm deciding doing it near the house portal in Remington, moving the house to Remington and just stashing all of the armor stuff in the house, but I'm not sure. I'd like your guys' feedback. What do you think we should do? So I've been doing some clue scrolls, trying to stack up the caskets, and I got the clue that requires me to have the air tiara, and I actually mentioned this before, but to get an air tiara I am going to have to hunt baby implings to get an air talisman, and it's a 1 in 100 drop. So I actually think I'm going to head over to Puro-Puro for the first time, now that they've disabled the strength XP, and I'm going to try and get a air tiara from a baby impling. Also, before I head over to Puro-Puro, I've actually decided that I'm going to drop this magic seed. I know I said originally I wanted to keep hold of it, but it's not going to be useful for me for quite a while, and to be honest, the infant space is starting to seem more valuable, so goodbye magic seed. This is going to feel weird doing Puro-Puro on a level 3, but let's go. So apparently they've made it so that he now sells impling jars, but he does not sell a net, so I'm going to have to run down to Yanil to buy a butterfly net. Wait, so I accidentally clicked on an impling without the net in my hand, and I barehanded it. I'm pretty sure you never used to be allowed to barehand in Puro-Puro. I always thought you had to use the net, but apparently you can barehand. So I've just been catching some random implings and trading them in for jars. I've stacked up some of them in here, so he's holding 9 jars just in case I forget and I lose all my jars, then I don't have to buy any more from him. I can always get more back in the future. And I was just thinking, upon my previous comment, maybe I was confused, maybe I thought that you couldn't catch them without a net, but I think it might have just been that you have to have a jar, because if I do this, normally you can barehand implings, but I don't think I can. Yeah, so in Puro-Puro you actually have to have a jar, but apparently you can still barehand. But I'm going to keep the net anyway, because it will mean that I can catch a ninja impling if I find one, which obviously without the net I wouldn't be able to. So we've got a baby impling spawn location here, so I'm going to try and just camp this for a bit. Obviously my impling jar will eventually break, but unfortunately due to the low invent space, this is the best way I can do it right now. But we're going to hopefully get an air talisman eventually. It's 1 in 100 and I can catch them fairly quickly, so maybe shouldn't take too long. We just got a beginner clue from this baby imp. I might hold on to that actually, because I do need to do some beginner clues anyway, but they are fairly easy to get, so actually no, I'm going to drop it. I've also considered that because I don't actually need the net right now, I'm going to store it with Elnock, and that will give me an extra inventory space as I can equip my axe. So I did just get a silver bar from the previous baby impling. This one's been a bit of a pain, but I got a silver bar and I'm going to need it for the tiara anyway, so I'm actually just going to hold on to that because it will save me having to make the bar later. Unfortunately, my invent space is kind of clogged, so I probably should drop it, but nonetheless, it's not too hard to farm the baby implings anyway. Hey, there it is, we got the air talisman. We can finally leave. This place absolutely does my head in. I do not want to be here any longer than I have to be. So now that we have the air talisman, we're going to quickly head over to Alcarid and get a tiara mold so that I can make a regular tiara, and then we're going to head over to Falador and make it into an air tiara, which is required for the clue scroll. And there is the tiara mold. Tiara made, off to Falador. There we have air tiara made. So now all we need is a staff of water, which I can buy from Zavs, and then we can head over to Aubrey and complete this step of the clue scroll. Thank you very much. So here we are at Aubrey, so I've got to put this on and do a jig, and there's the clue step done. And considering I previously built the stash already, I can actually add these into here now. There we go. And shove them back in there. What is the next clue? Very easy. So collecting that air tiara didn't actually take that long, to be honest, about maybe 25 minutes. Of course there's a baby impling there now. Yeah, and I think it's honestly going to be worth the time in the future, because I'm going to be doing a lot of clue scrolls, and I don't want to have to keep dropping that clue, considering I can do it, and all I had to do was grind out some implings. But there is another clue that I theoretically could do. It requires a body tiara, but I would have to kill monsters for it, and that could take potentially hours, and I'm considering that that's not worth the time. I think dropping that clue will be quicker in the long run, but honestly getting the air tiara was fairly quick, and it's probably going to save me time in the 1000 clue grind. And there we go, we got the 20th casket. I'm going to head back over to Sears and get back to work on the woodcutting, fire making and fletching grind. But first I'm going to quickly grab 30 more pineapples because I miscalculated, and I'm going to do some farming. So I was just farming some seaweed and I decided to tinker around a little bit with the microphone, and I think I've got it into a much better spot now. So this should sound a lot clearer than it was before. I've got to enter my pin, one sec. But yeah, as I was saying, I messed about with the microphone and it should sound a lot clearer now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I always appreciate the feedback anyway. Doing my best to make sure that the quality is good for you guys. I do not want you having, painful ears at the end of the videos. Trust me, when I render them I have to deal with it sometimes, and I have to mute certain clips just because of it, so it's really annoying. But yeah, let me know how the quality is now. And that's going to be 50 fire making. We've finally unlocked the Wintertodt. Chopped a few extra logs just for good measure. It was actually because I wasn't paying attention, I was just AFK. We are now going to head over, do some farming, collect another 20 caskets, and then work on some fletching. So I was in the middle of the birdhouse run, and I got another magic seed. Still no use seed, but this is now 2 magic seeds. I'd be really happy if I could grow these, but unfortunately I can't. So I've been contemplating this for a while now, but I'm pretty sure that increasing the drop rate for the ham ropes is actually decreasing the drop rate for the clue scroll. So I'm going to try and complete this portion of the Death to the Dorgeshen quest and hand over all the ropes, because this should then re-increase the drop rate of the clue scroll and I should get less ham pieces. I don't think there's any reason I'll need ham pieces in the future, but if there is, I'll just have to grind it out the hard way. It's not really a big deal. The only issue is that to do this I'm going to need 2 full sets of ham ropes, and due to the lack of inventory space I'm going to have to go and store the graceful inside the house and go back and basically just get the full set in my invent and have a full set equipped. And there is the second full set obtained. That didn't take very long at all. I'm now going to head over to Zanek and hand the outfit over. I'm actually going to progress in this quest to a certain point. Obviously I cannot complete the whole quest, but I will be able to access the cellars where you can steal jewellery, and this could be a useful way to make money in the future. So while doing part of the quest, I got the Freaky Forester random event again, and this should actually give me the last piece to complete the Lederhosen set. So let's hand this in and see if I can get the last piece. And there we go, we got the Lederhosen hat. I have the other 2 pieces in the house, so the next time that I go to the POH I'm going to store this in and we'll have the full Lederhosen set. So here's the part of the quest that I actually wanted to get to. I can now go down this trapdoor here and I'm actually able to access the storerooms. I can't complete much more of the quest because in a little while I'll need combat gear. I'll have to fight Sigmund and it's not possible to do, and even if I could, I can't complete the quest because it gives range XP, as I've said many times before. But unlocking the storage room is really nice because if I want to make some quick cash, I can pickpocket the guards and sell off the jewellery from the chests to Port Sarim. And because I've not known thieving, it should be really easy to do. That's if I decide that I don't want to do Ardy Nights, maybe I want to change pace or something. But it's really nice that I can now do this. So this is the point where I'm going to stop doing the quest. Zanik is going to get captured, and quite honestly I'm just going to leave her to it because I can't do the rest of the quest anyway, and I've unlocked everything I need. So we're going to finish up this quest here, and then we're going to go back and try and get some clue scrolls.
So now that all that's completed, I've also reconsidered that I can actually store the ham outfit inside the house, and I think I'm going to do that because just in case for some reason I need it in the future, I can store it. I'm not sure which one it goes in, so we're going to have a look around. We'll try this one first. Nope, does not go in there. What about here? Ah, there we go. Right, so I can store the ham set in here. So just in case I need it for any reason in the future, I can do that. And also, fancy dress, we can store the Lederhosen hat now. And there we go. We should have the full Lederhosen set. Very nice. So now that's done, I can grab the Graceful and we'll head back down to the ham hideout and hopefully get clues a lot quicker now. So because of the point that I left the Death to the Dorschen quest at, Zanuck actually interrupts you every single time you leave the ham hideout. So I figured that I would try and proceed with the quest so that this wouldn't happen. And this ended up me picking up Zanuck. And apparently, once you pick Zanuck up, you're not allowed to drop her. There's no way to get rid of Zanuck other than by dying or progressing in the quest. So I'm actually going to progress this quest slightly more just so I don't have to have Zanuck sitting in my inventory. So we've just got to the Tears of Guthix part. I need to collect 20 tears. As far as I'm aware, this will not count as doing Tears of Guthix. I mean, I haven't even completed the quest, so I'd imagine that it's not going to give me any XP. If it did, it would ruin the account, but like I said, I haven't even done the quest, so if it gave me XP, it'd be pretty astounding. So let's get the last of these 20 tears, and that should be this part of the quest completed. And now for real, I shouldn't have to do this quest anymore. Zanuck just keeps bugging me every time I try and pickpocket clue scrolls. And once again we have a mystery box that we're going to open, and let's see what we get from this. An onion! Yeah!
Just doing a little bit of farming, and we now have 68 farming, which now means we can grow palm trees, but I probably won't be doing many of them unless I get them from birdhouse runs. So I was in the middle of a clue scroll, and I actually got the one random that I've been wanting to get for a while. Ever since I built the costume room, I can now store this in the house, and obviously, as the name is Mr. Frog, I would like to get the frog mask. So if I do this, I should get the frog token, and now I can take this to Varrock and exchange it for the frog mask. So here we are at Varrock, and here is Tessalia. I believe I can just talk to her, say I have a frog token, and let's get the frog mask. Hey, there we go. We are a frog. And now we can store this frog mask inside the costume room. I do actually have to get the full outfit if I want to take it out again, as the same as everything else, but it's just nice to have. So I was doing a farm run and I managed to get a camo top from a random event, but I didn't realise that this treasure chest can actually only hold 2 sets of outfits. So I went and got 2 teak planks, and I'm going to use this cup of tea to upgrade the treasure chest to the next tier. So if we do this, we should be able to upgrade this to the next tier, and now I can start storing the camo top. And as we finish off the farm run here, we're just going to quickly grab 46 herblore.
And there we have another 20 caskets done. Now we're going to head back over to Sears after doing a quick farm run, and we're going to try and get 60 woodcutting. I'm going to do some fletching with the logs, but I'm mainly aiming for 60 woodcutting to unlock the woodcutting guild. So I actually completely glossed over the fact that we were right next to getting 58 woodcutting, and the reason for this is because I was getting a lot of XP while doing the clue scrolls, as I use the canoe system a lot to travel around due to the lack of teleports, and I get 150 woodcutting XP every time I create a whacker canoe. So I actually narrowed down this level, and I've just got it as I've gone to go and make my birdhouses for the birdhouse run. So 58 woodcutting, 2 more levels to go. So we've been doing a birdhouse run, and we finally got the U seed from a birdhouse, so I can go over and complete this farming contract now. So because yew trees require 10 cactus spines to protect, I'm actually going to try and head over here and see how many cactus spines we can get from this. And if I don't get 10 now, what I might do is I might actually just come back on a herb run later and try and get 10, or the rest of the 10 cactus spines from here, so that I can protect the yew seed to make sure it doesn't die, because I don't want to have to hunt down another yew seed. But hopefully, oh no, we got We got 7 from that patch, so in the future, next herb run, I should be able to get the other 3 and finally plant this yew seed. So I don't really want to be recording every single time I do a birdhouse or farm run or whatever, but we did another one and we just got a spirit seed. And if I'm right, you can actually trade these into Guildmaster Jane for a seed pack. And seeing as we're going to be heading over there in a minute, we're going to see what we can get with it. So now that we're back at the farming guild, I'm going to hand over this spirit seed and see what we can get from Guildmaster Jane. So I'm pretty sure I can talk to her. I can trade in a spirit seed and she should give me, I'll just if I do that, a seed pack. And how many rolls do I get in this one? 10 sets. That's a big seed pack. So we're going to open this up now. A dragon fruit seed. Another, okay, of course I get a yew seed. Lovely, great, wonderful. And to be honest, I'm probably just going to drop the spare one because I value the invent space a little bit more than the seed right now. We've got some poison ivy seeds, watermelon seeds, whiteberry, probably some herb seeds. I wasn't paying attention. Get rid of them. Okay, so nothing majorly useful. I'm going to drop the curry trees. I'm pretty much just going to drop all of this. I don't think I have watermelon. No, so we're going to get rid of the watermelon seeds. We're going to plant the yew seed after we get the cactus spines. And we'll drop the spare one because, like I said, the invent space is worth a little bit more to me right now. And I'm sure I can get another one later, even if it is tedious. And unfortunately, I can't do anything with the dragon fruit tree seed, so we're going to have to drop that one as well. So there are the last 3 spines picked, actually 4 because for some reason my character didn't stop when I told him to, but that's fine. We can now run over to the other side and plant our yew tree. I need to put it in a plant pot first, I completely forgot to do this, and now I'm going to have to wait for it to grow, which sucks, but it's my own fault. So let's pop that in there, water the sapling, and I'm going to farm this herb patch while we wait for it to grow. Now that the sapling has fully grown, we can now plant it into the yew patch and finally pay the cactus spines, and that'll be the contract prepared. Now we just have to wait like a day or so and the contract will be completed. And here we have 60 woodcutting. This should now unlock the woodcutting guild. It doesn't actually say it does. I'm pretty sure it's 60. I'm really hoping it's 60. It doesn't say it anywhere on the guide, but pretty sure that means I can now go in the woodcutting guild, which means I can actually get a rune axe, so I will no longer have to grind woodcutting with a pathetic little iron axe. I will be using this for the time being though, because I need to do some birdhouse runs, and it's easier just to carry an axe with me, and I only need to chop a few logs, so it's not such a big deal. We're going to fletch these last ones. We did finish off with 50 fletching, which is a nice round number, 50 fire making, and 60 woodcutting. So this is the account all set up now in these departments for Wintertodt. There's just a few more things I need to do, mainly clearing out the inventory and stuff like that, and then we may start some Wintertodt. Cheeky little 45 crafting coming in here. So we recently got another mahogany seed from a birdhouse run, and seeing as the 2 mahoganies that we planted a while ago are now fully grown, we're going to quickly head over there and replace them. And due to the XP we are off of 69 farming, as we are very close, we will get it on this next tree. So here we are for the big 69 farming. I was just about to plant the mahogany sapling and we got a dunce random, and I'm actually 764 XP away from 50 Slayer, so this should actually push us over to 50 Slayer. So there's the classroom quiz completed, and I just realised we would just about not get the level. This is going to put us so close though. 735 XP, still 29 XP away from 50 Slayer, but here we go, we can plant the new mahogany tree now. Put some super compost on that because I'm not actually going to pay the protection. It's like 25 hops or something. It's a lot of effort for me to get, and I'm not too worried if it dies. It's a nice chunk of XP. So there's that tree planted. We've still got 12 more caskets to do, and then we can wrap up this episode. And here we have the casket 100, and that's going to wrap up everything I wanted to do in this episode. Before I wrap up the whole episode and do the outro and whatnot, I just wanted to mention again, I know I said it earlier in the episode, but if you guys could just leave a comment and let me know whether you think I should open these caskets on Entrana or outside of Entrana. I've been doing some research and people have been saying that apparently it doesn't increase the rolls. Obviously I want more pages, more teleport scrolls for the scroll book, but apparently being on Entrana doesn't actually increase the chance of getting them. I'm not sure, so if you guys could let me know in the comments, that'd be amazing. So without further ado, I'm gonna close out this episode now, and I'll see you all in the next one.